All right, yeah, it's filming. I'm like right up on Gino's. It's like
the Star of David button.
Look at Bilal.
I am, my friend.
Okay, so I don't know where to put this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, Bilal, this is awesome. Listen, we're gonna have a great week. Bilal, why don't you give us a teaser of some of the names that we'll have other than Gino Bisconti for only 4 or 5 minutes. He's got a big audition. It better be a big like if I find out he's going for some commercial. I want to know if it's a sitcom because Godfrey's getting big now.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He's getting bigger.
He's getting bigger. Yes.
He's solid.
Yeah, he's solid. What's that? He got his hair back. Yeah, the big difference. Anyway, this is full out. Okay. Jessica, love Jessica. You must love Jessica.
One of the funniest female comedians going.
It's unbelievable.
Most people who watch Comedy Central be like, who's she? Stupid people. She's one of the funniest women in comedy, period.
I'll never forget, we saw her last year at the Cellar, and she, had that room lit for, it wasn't a long set, but 15 minutes. I mean, they couldn't stop laughing.
That's just it. If you watch any of these chicks on Comedy Central, I'm sure they're funny, but they're trying to be clever and cute. You cannot catch your breath watching Jessica Kirsten.
That's a great...
She just keeps sweeping, like, all right, I'm going to boom. Boom.
I love it. And that's exactly how it was. And I'm out of shape, so I almost died, actually, because I almost fucking died. Who else, Bilal? Oh, your boy Aaron Burke.
That jerk.
Oh, Don Jameson's a nice guy.
Brilliant guy.
What a good cat. Big music historian and very fun guy.
From VH1's The Metal Show.
The Metal Show. He's an awesome dude. Bilal, what else? Wow. Now, I'll be honest. I don't know if they've both confirmed. I just made that sound big to tell people. But Jude and I have been texting, and Michael said he's going to do his best to get there. He's also a busy cat. But he said Wednesday is the day that could work for him, so hopefully Michael will come on down. Who else? Okay, great. Bennington, who does...
Colton or who? Colton or who? Let me explain what I did there. I made it a conjunction.
See what he did?
Why are they leading me out of the seat? Guys!
Gino's good. No, and then what about Friday? All right. Okay, and there's a chance we might get... Is Vinny Guadagnino coming in still, or what? He can't make it. Okay, so we got a lot of, as they say, little, what do they say? Buns in the oven type. We've got a little buns in the oven.
You got some stuff percolating.
That's not a joke from earlier, by the way. The oven. I'm not going there. Okay, I'm stopping him before.
I need an extra cup of coffee.
You know what? I could use some coffee too. Okay, so we'll all come back together, man. Gino Bisconti's here. What a perfect time. The historic decision today. By within the United States, they've legalized gambling.
Finally.
Federally, they've legalized gambling across every single state. It was a ruling that went down in New Jersey, but affected everyone, and we're going to find out all about that.
The way I gamble, it's like legalizing abortion, but that's not important.
Well, I understand it. You got to think.
Abortions.
Anyway, it's terrible. Stop. I wish you didn't say what. Okay, stop.
It's like taking a bun out of.
Okay. Here we go. I don't condone anything this man is saying.
You're nodding and you're making this third base coach go signal.
Yeah, I'm actually telling you to slide down under the table because the ball is coming fast at your head.
Kennedy trying to hit Nantucket. You're like,
oh shit! This is. I should get a job on Compound Media after their show because that's the only one that's going to hire me.
Guy, buddy. I know a guy.
It's the only people. Anyway, we're live on Sirius. We love being here. I'm very grateful for this home. And thanks again for hanging out with us. Show brought to you by Van Beck's live. I kind of in the Tweeting Studios here in New York City.
Always good hanging out with you, buddy.
That's awesome. One second. Hey, boys. Can we grab you guys in about 15? Like 4:30 we said, right?
Sure. Yeah, we just wanted to talk about the giveaway.
Let's just do it live on there and figure it out. Yeah. I'll ask you guys. You just say it. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just start with Gino, who's a nut, by the way.
Hey, buddies.
They're cool hanging out here?
Yeah, I can bring back out to the lobby. I can go get them in like 15
whatever
minutes.
you want. Yeah, like 4:30ish will be perfect.
All right.
Okay, thanks, guys. Good to see you. Okay.
That's great. You're in town for a week, dude.
Oh, dude. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
I got it.
All right, welcome back, babies. We're doing this live in New York City. It's pretty awesome, and thank you again. We have our awesome sponsors, man. We got a new one to announce today called Coinberry, coinberry.com. We're going to meet the entire team from them at about 4:30. Thank you again to Monet. What's Monet, you ask? Dude, this is awesome. Monet Gold, 24 karat gold. You know, you'll like this. You actually buy jewelry. You wear the jewelry. It's only pure gold, 24 karat gold. So that weight of the jewelry is then measured to the precious metal, what it's trading at that day, and you always see the value of your jewelry, and you can always sell it back for 10% less. Like it's literally, you can watch it go up and down like a stock.
That sounds like something a rapper could do. You know, like if the album doesn't drop that well, you just cut down. Oh, it's not going well. He's down 3 less chains today.
He's got to sell the jewelry back for Monet, but that's the only. You're right, Monet.
But that is all kidding aside. That's brilliant.
It's actually beyond brilliant. MENE.com, and if you look at their management team at Monet, you'll see all the things that they've done, and you'll realize, well, that's a company I want to go buy jewelry from. Thank you again to Datametrics, datametrics.com, Big Data Tap Technology Company, Lake Wilcox Brewing. A big cheers to them. Bovadainc.com, two-way humidity control packs. I don't think we're doing the Monday 420 today, but Melissa might pop in because I don't know if we told him to or not to. Veritas Vodka, get that across Ontario, VIRITUS Vodka, gluten-free, 100% celiac-safe vodka. Thanks to VonChrysler.com, man. It's funny, I was telling my wife, thank God I didn't bring the Jeep down here. I would lose my mind in New York City driving, and I would blast him with that great horn. I love the Jeep. Thank you to VonChrysler.com. ContainerBuilt.ca, live in modern, friendly, eco-friendly shipping containers, that is. And Promescent.com, lasts longer in the bedroom, and ED1000.ca, the only clinical proven therapeutic treatment of erectile dysfunction. Who's this, Bilal? So did you get a bunch of New York songs? Like, is that how cheesy the show has become? Because
yeah. LCD sounds. I think Sarah Bareilles has a song called Manhattan.
Right.
It's even more depressing than this one.
This is... Does it get going here? Is there like a beat?
Yeah. Right in the 5 o'clock hour.
What a way to start a Monday show, dude. It's the worst music selection ever. Hi, Gino.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. It's funny. I'll be honest. I suffer from anxiety.
Do you really?
Big time.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
And no disrespect.
Yeah.
Look, you have a wife, a kid, jobs, apparently a Jeep with a really loud horn. I don't have any of those things, so it's easy for me to sit there and ask you. But I'm paying you a compliment saying, you seem like you really like what you do, and you don't have time to worry about stuff.
Well, I think it's because you were coming in today.
Well, yeah, I'd be terrified.
I think that
and what's worse is I haven't had a drink in 10 minutes. I mean, I'm cranky.
I need a drink, too. No, I think it's interesting, the pressures we put on ourselves. Listen, I come, and every day you just turn on a microphone, you talk, and I don't really know where the show's going half the time. But
it's better that way.
Totally.
Because you're in the moment.
And I think it was just the idea, though, it only happened about 20 minutes before the show, just the idea that I'm doing it back in New York, and maybe I put a little extra pressure on myself for that reason. But it's funny, like I'm not sort of living in the moment. I'm a little bit ahead of myself right now.
Right. So you feel like a little deja vu-ish. You're just not like in sync. But,
yeah.
But you just hit the ground running. You've been on the air like 15, 20 minutes.
Sure.
We've only been drinking since breakfast, so you're a little tight. Oh, don't say it. Why are you not? No. But I think you're just in a new place. But you're so alert. You're actually not giving yourself credit for being aware that you're in a new place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess I'm a creature of habit, is what it is.
Oh, without a doubt.
And, I think a lot of entertainers are. A lot of entertainers probably would tell you.
I'm a creature of habit. Cocaine, alcohol, and gambling.
Jesus.
Creature of habits. Habits, not in that order. I'm not a degenerate.
Do you touch the cocaine? Do you do?
I don't anymore.
Good.
I used to. People think I do. If it's there, like I'll think about doing it. But same as you. I don't worry about anything. But if you give me cocaine, I'll have a panic attack. I'll be like, oh my God, everything's going well, and now I OD'd on this amazing sugary.
I can't imagine. I mean, that was the thing for me. I was always very afraid of things.
Yeah.
So drinking, I knew the result. Like I knew the result. The result
I have
was
no fear of drinking. I have a fear of not drinking.
Yeah, that's, to be honest, me too a little bit. But the result is for a couple hours in the morning, I feel a bit groggy. Literally, have some waters, get some Gatorade, get some eggs and bacon, and you're feeling fine. And with the drugs, it was like, for me, it was like, I didn't know where I was gonna. So I honestly I avoided most of them.
Look, I know people that get high all the time, and great, good for you. And I think it should be legal. It's just not fun for me. I'm not saying I don't want to. I'm like, it's not fun for me. If you give me that weed, I will eat your food, hide in the corner, and sneak out paranoid. You know. If you give me that whiskey, we're gonna have a goddamn party, bitch.
Yeah,
that much.
And that was like same for me. And although with that being said, I do the CBD oil, but you can't bring that into America. So I couldn't bring the CBD oil that I'm medically prescribed for in Toronto, which I don't use a ton, to be honest, and I almost have wound down a little bit because I've been feeling comfortable. But yeah, you can't. It's so crazy. Do people talk about that here in New York? Like, you know, they want it to be. Well, who's that chick running for mayor here?
The chick from Sex and the City.
Yeah.
What's her name? Carrie Nolan.
Cynthia Nixon.
Carrie Nolan is completely wrong. Carrie is the Bradshaw, and Nolan is Ryan. I don't know. Cynthia Nixon. Yes.
Cynthia Nixon, and because I know that she talked about that she would want to legalize marijuana here in the state of New York.
Yeah.
So is that a big thing? Is that a conversation that comes up here?
Well, this is what goes on, and it touches upon the gambling thing we talked about that finally got legalized. This stuff should all be legal. It's basically, to me, the same thing as gay marriage, in the sense that people used to think, like, oh, being gay is wrong. They're like, oh, weed is terrible. Oh, gambling's terrible. No, we're all grown-ups. Yes, gambling should be legal. And let me tell you, the only people that are probably bummed about gambling being legalized is my bookie in the state of Nevada.
No doubt.
Because let me tell you, the people in sports knew they were getting screwed. You know, like the NFL players, they know that they play Thursday Night Football on 3 days rest, getting their asses busted and handed to them, because if you have one Thursday night game, one game on any given night, you're going to gamble. There's a reason they have Tuesday night college football. By the way, you can't bet enough on Bowling Green. There's a reason, because they know you will gamble. So, of course, you have to legalize it now, because you're just taking advantage of the very people you're gambling on. Same thing with weed. It's like, and I'm sorry to go off tangent.
No, you're not at all.
Don't you think it's the same thing? Like, weed is such a harm, and I'll tie that back into football. They want them to take Vicodin and all these drugs when weed is an organic, safe substance to treat pain.
Yeah, listen, one of the things we talked about is that I feel it's the CFL's job, which is a league that no one gives a fuck about, let's be honest. And with that being
the
said,
Argonauts won this year,
right? And I went to a bunch of Argos games, and I did enjoy it because I brought my kid to a lot of the games. And, while I didn't really get into the CFL before, what I liked about it was an affordable ticket. My kid doesn't know the difference. Right. And yet we enjoyed a winning team. But the CFL, if they really want to get on everyone's radar, they should, because now it's going to be legal within the country soon, they should say, as a league, we support this for our players, and that's going to get a lot of... They don't
right now, they're basically on the same thing?
Yeah, no one's really talked about it. Like they would still... I don't know if there's full drug testing within the CFL in terms of that, but, it's definitely not a drug that they promote to use in terms of healing.
Didn't they kind of do it when we suspended Ricky Williams for a year for weed? They're like, we'll take him.
And then he came back. I guess they kind of did that too. But, you're right. It's about ending the stigma, and this is now what's happened with gambling. So give a little history, Gino Visconti, of your, you do the picks and everything, but you've been a gambler for quite some time.
I have been, and you would think, the more you do something, the better you get at it, but not gambling. It doesn't seem to be, no. I've been doing the Gino's Picks football videos 10 seasons now, where we just break down 4 games. We talk about the teams, whichever team we make fun of, we take the other one against the spread. I will tell you this, Daddy went 5-0 with his Super Bowl video, had the Eagles, had the over, had the heads on the coin toss, because you cannot gamble enough on that stuff.
Anything, 50-50, you have no idea, no control, it's so dumb.
Well, and trust me, I can't see why they took so long to legalize gambling, because let me tell you, the people that gamble all the time, they were gambling with their bookie. Now, the only people you're adding, are the people that were gambling illegally, and new people like, oh, why don't we just go down, and gamble on the horses? That's how these people talk. It's annoying. I don't hang out with them. But I've been doing that for like 10 seasons, and it's just been a great fun little thing. But gambling is, anyone that doesn't gamble, fine. But gambling, we talked about drugs earlier, gambling is the best because you get a rush no matter what. Let me tell you, if you're addicted to heroin, it's always expensive, okay? But let's say I have $400 left in my bank account, because the Steelers don't give a fuck about my money. So I have $400 left in my account, and I bet $500 on the Patriots to win by 5.5. Oh, you can't get a better rush than that. You can't. Same thing if you're down to your last 50 at the casino and you're betting that. Oh, you can't beat the endorphin rush you get from gambling. That's why. That's better than anything.
Not even a threesome.
It depends if it's the devil's threesome or how much cash. Speaking of which, how much you have to pay up front. Is he Asian? She? Did I say she?
Gino, this
I haven't
decision,
gotten anal in months. Damn it, gotten to have anal. Did I say that wrong? Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, regardless, you have or don't have it. It's great. I recommend that play from anybody for anybody. But this decision now in the States, do you think it's going to be one of these things where people are used to putting bets with either bookies or going to Vegas to do their betting and stuff? Will there be, and you see this in England, for example, little, what do they call it? Like little bookie side
kiosks,
kiosk.
if you would.
Will you see that kind of all over, like you would a convenience store? Will you see? Is there going to be a lot of that popping up now?
I think it's not so much that's going to pop up because you guys are ahead of the curve on that, but now it's going to pop up on mobile sites. It's going to be so much easier to gamble on mobile sites. But at first, you're going to have not kiosks, but just actual Jersey. I hear is all on board, like one of the first people, Maryland, West Virginia. I don't know what they're going to gamble on. If they're related to their sister. I don't know. But New Jersey is going to really get into it quickly because Governor Christie wanted that to happen years ago, like as far back as 2012.
Is there a big taxation on it? Is there a way? Is that why the governments want it?
To be honest, I think the government didn't want it because I don't even know enough about this. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out why the government didn't want it, but I think the fact that it went through now, they'll focus on taxing, the aspect of it. But it's just. I think, and I honestly will repeat this, and please, if someone's listening, screaming, no, that's not it. But I honestly just think, I honestly think it was the stigma. I just think people think that weed is wrong and gambling is wrong. It goes all the way back to the old mentality. That's how dumb, look, it's 2018. We're grown-ups now. We all know smarter things.
And I concur with you completely. The fact is this, with a lot of these things, and I don't necessarily know if you can group them all together, but the fact is they happen. They go on. They're going to continue to go on. They're never going to stop. And why not control it, tax it, use some of that money to then promote, not necessarily promote it, but promote the hazards of this stuff. Be very honest with it in terms of, being very careful about gambling addictions and stuff. And we see it in Ontario, obviously. We've got, the Ontario, what's it called? What's it called again? The OLG, the lottery and gaming. Yeah, they got Proline, they got this, they got that. So in a way, it is, and it's controlled, and that's sort of what this is going to be. And I think the thing is, and I'll be honest, as sort of a new dad, what I worry about is my 3-year-old now who already knows how to use the phone.
Gambling away her college fund.
Literally, because the kids are so adept on the phones. 8-year-olds know to play these Fortnite games that adults can't even comprehend and stuff.
Did you see the pitcher for the Red Sox missed a start because of that? David Price, one of their best pitchers, lefty, had